Musik spielen. Music spielen. Music spielen.
Hello and welcome to the Electronic Alternative Easy Listening Rock Lounge with me, your host George Temple. With me in the studio is Tor Bagwoods, and we've got a great show for you today. We're going to have Flexible Honey Shoe. We're going to have Marcel Lunaton in the studio for an interview. We're also going to have a special feature on instruments and brand new instruments that have never been heard from before. We'll also have Columbus Bulbous Hummus Band. Squeeze Bag is the new song, and they're going to be debuting that today on the show. Tor, very good to have you with us.
It's absolutely great to be back, George. It really is. It seems like a month since our last time, which I think actually was, when you think about it, you know. But anyway, it's good to be back, and obviously going to have a much shorter show today. So I think without further ado, we should go ahead and listen to Flexible Honey Shoe with their brand new song, Tired of Breathing.
That was Flexible Honey Shoe and Tired of Breathing, to use the correct title without the G. And that's a great, great band. What actually happened with that band is they are originally from Argentina, and they were looking for the Falkland Islands, but instead they washed up on the Isle of Man. They posted up they put up the Argentinian flag, and they've been thinking that way ever since, that it is in fact the Falkland Islands, and they do to this day believe that they have taken the Falkland Islands back for Argentina.
Yeah, they really are a fantastic band, though. I mean, I first met them, and the reason they're on the show today is because I first met them when I was in Bury St Edmunds, and it was quite a funny sight actually to see these Argentinians, or Argentinians, whatever you call them. No offense, but they were basically parked over a drain. Which was actually unusual because they were actually trying to get into the drain, and I actually helped them out by saying, why don't you drive your van backwards a little bit and then you can get into the drain a bit easier. The funny thing was, what they were actually looking for wasn't keys they dropped down that drain, it was actually a guitar pick, and they said they'd been there for 3 hours, and I was like, well, what are you doing looking for a guitar pick for 3 hours? I just buy another one. Well, it turns out they had no money to buy any more guitar picks, and then when they finally found it, one of them said in a very strange Argentinian voice, like, we don't even use guitars. Obviously, you've got to forgive my attempt at an Argentinian accent there, but as I did say, it was an unusual, strange Argentinian accent. Anyway, before we move on to our next track, and followed by our interview with Marcel Lunaton later on, I just want to give you the answer to last month's question, which was, what is a woodwind instrument mainly made of? We got a lot of answers in there saying wood, so on. The answer is actually wind. So we have a winner. His name is Jason Rojo Slot, and he's from Glasgow. Congratulations. He's been sent a chocolate biscuit.
The next track is Marcel Lunaton. Marcel Lunaton is in the studio today. We're very, very privileged to have him with us. It actually cost us £400 to get him here. And that's quite a lot of money.
Yeah, money well spent, though, I have to say.
Money well spent. Money well spent. Thanks for the answers to the quiz, Tor. Thank you for the insight, and thanks for the story on Flexible Honey Shoe. I've got to say that when Tired of Breathing came out last week, I wasn't convinced on the first listen, but after the third or fourth, I started to get really interested in it, and I progressed up to listening to it in the bath. And let me tell you, I really enjoyed it.
Another great tune for listening to in the bath is this next one by Marcel Lunaton. It's called Le Ponze Musique. Le Ponze Musique.
mercy.
Le Ponza Music by Marcel Lunaton. It's a great track. Suggest you pop down to the shops and buy it as soon as you can.
Confabulations. Make it bigger.
Now, we've got actually Marcel Lunaton in the studio right now. We're going to have a very exclusive interview with him. What's going to happen is, although Marcel can speak perfect English, we are going to have the use of a translator. And Marcel does feel incredible pressure to actually answer questions directed to him in English directly. So I'll direct my questions to Frederick, his translator. Frederick will relay the question in French to Marcel, and we'll get the answer in hopefully perfect English from Marcel himself. So, Frederick, if you could please direct this question towards Marcel. Marcel, where does your influence from your music come from?
Music simplement l'onde common.
France.
Where do you think music is heading these days, what with the advent of adverse commercialism?
France.
What was the first instrument you learned how to play, and when did you learn how to play it?
Jean-Paul Gaultier, Arc de Triomphe, j'adore musique.
It was a strange contraption, toilet roll.
Marcel, have you any childhood memories that stick out in the brain?
Je jouais des parties pour le monde.
Oui, yes, I do. It was a car accident. When I was 4 years old, I had plastic in my brain to come out, and now it is still as you can see, a lump in my head.
What are your hopes and plans for the future, Marcel?
Zo'n van wel kanton,
I would like to see America destroyed and to go to Spain for the summer.
Right, controversial. Thanks very much, Marcel. We'll get some more of your music if the studio lets us. Thank you very much.
To America designed that I can go to Spain every year, not destroyed.
Music spielen. Music spielen. Music spielen.